Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the MMA game. It's your boy, the notorious Rasta Cameron Roget, coming to you live from the MMA game studio. Now, today, we are going to be talking about UFC Fight Night, Joe Pyfer versus Jack Hermansson. But as you guys already know, before we get into it, I need to introduce you guys to, no, it's not Andy Reid. It is not Patrick Mahomes. And guess what? He's not even a Swiftie. It's my boy, Ryan Cariss. Yo, Cariss, what's the word?
Hey, Cameron Roget, what's up, my guy?
Hey.
Again, we are blessed to be here in the studio at the MMA game to talk about the UFC Fight Night recap and UFC Fight Night Joe Bodybagz Pyfer versus Hermansson.
Yeah,
excited about this one, Susie. Elated about this one.
Yeah, it's gonna be big. Boys from Fili representing. Can't wait. But as you guys know, we do got to hit you up with the current news, and we're gonna start off with a little bit of a sad start. Unfortunately, the man that I like to call Apollo Creed. If you're a Star Wars fan, Lando Calrissian.
Yes.
Carl Weathers passed away. When was it? Saturday?
It was Saturday.
Saturday, yes. Yeah. So, man, sucks because he was I think a lot for our childhood movies growing up. I mean, I think you guys heard the broadcast on Saturday talk about it, especially DC. I think DC did a very good job of saying he was like the Muhammad Ali especially for a lot of us.
He was
in the Rocky movies, and he just a great human being, man.
He was.
Rest in peace, my man. We would definitely miss you.
We'll miss you, Chubbs. We love you.
At least, yeah, I know. Oh shit, I didn't forget.
Oh, dude, that was my biggest one.
I forgot about that.
And this morning, I actually saw a post that showed him playing the piano during the Happy Gilmore scene when he actually went to heaven. So it hit a little bit different this morning when I saw that, and I was like, Chubbs Peterson.
Damn.
It's all in the hips.
All in the hips. I still remember that. Whenever I'm swinging there.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I got a little laugh because that was a great movie. Love you, Carl Weathers. Unfortunately, rest in peace, my guy.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. So, with UFC news, though, news, we do have a couple. And I'm going to start off with the fight announcement that's going to be taking place after UFC 300. So this is going to be on UFC 301. I'm going to say that again. UFC 301, which is going to take place on May 4th. We have Cal Baralho versus Paul Craig.
Bearjewel Craig.
Yeah, so
yes.
that should be good.
That's going to be a good one.
Cal gets it done, though.
I think so. I think so, because he's going to stymie Paul from going to the ground because he's a black belt, I think, himself.
I'm not sold on Paul after his last one. I think, and we went for him last time, too.
He did.
It didn't really go away.
We did.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. Going the opposite on that one. A fight that people were panicking about, but I think Dustin jumped the gun a little bit. It sounds about right, being a little bitch that he is. So Dustin against Saint Denis, that's on. It's never off. Dustin couldn't find his manager, fucking panicking like a little bitch.
No.
Probably didn't want to fight Denis, but it's still on.
Actually, I kind of heard another side of the story was he was kind of playing the game a little bit, saying like, I'm out. And then the UFC hit him up immediately in order to be able to be like, here's your bag that you were asking for. Oh, the fight's back on. So there's kind of two sides to this story a little bit. But exactly what you said, we're going with Saint Denis anyway. So who cares? Who cares?
You guys already know how I feel about Dustin.
Yep. That's why we say it like that.
Next, unfortunately, my boy Sean Brady is going to be out of his next fight against Vicente Luque. Can't recover from that injury. This is the only downside of my boy Brady. And actually, I'm listening to his podcast on Joe Rogan Experience. Really, really good if you haven't had the chance.
Very
actually, shout out to my boy Matt. His cousin Gabe, who Sean Brady does mention on the podcast, is his trainer.
His trainer.
Yeah. It's fucking incredible. So shout out to my boy Gabe, dude, because hopefully one day we'll meet. Matt, you better hook that shit up, dog.
Please.
So he does a really good. He talks about some of the things in camp, but unfortunately injuries keeping him out of that fight. So I just hope they push it back. And they're able to do that fight because I think him against Luque is going to be a really, really good one.
It would be.
And Brady, like I've said from the beginning, Brady is a problem.
Yes.
I think against Bilal, I think it was needed at the time for him to take that loss. And you could see his last fight, bro. His last fight?
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
So I think he's definitely one that I would say could challenge for the belt. hands down.
The weird part about this to me was I noticed that Ian Gary and Vicente Luque could have just kept the same fight and then moved it a couple months and moved it to now. Kind of, because they were not going to have the fight, and then they moved. Then they
I just think
didn't do it, and then now Sean Brady was doing it. Now he's injured. Now Vicente doesn't have another dance partner again.
Yeah, I just feel the Jeff Neal though in Ian Gary is a little bit.
True.
It's a better matchup.
It is.
With everything that entailed, there's a backstory, and from looks how UFC's been doing it, a lot of things with backstories is going to get the front of it,
That's
right?
true.
Look at Cheeto. Look at O'Malley.
Yes.
Everybody. I mean, I didn't hear anybody say that Cheeto should get a title shot,
No.
unless O'Malley was a champ because they have a history. And look what happened. Now we have that. So, and who knows at 300 we could be getting Izzy against DDP.
Yeah, we could be.
Right? They still haven't announced the main event.
They have not.
We're waiting,
They
UFC.
have not.
We're waiting. We are waiting.
Very patiently.
Come on.
This is supposed to be the big one.
Come on. We're waiting here. So until they announce that and we figure out who that main event is then. But I think just with the backstory, it's going to add a little bit. Even with Vicente and Sean, cancel the fight. They bring it back. There's somewhat of a thing, a little backstory
story behind that.
I mean, they're probably going to have to sell it probably a little bit more than they normally would, but it is what it is. I just want to see a good fight at the end of the day. Next, this is in the boxing world. So unfortunately, Tyson Fury had to pull out against his fight against Alexander Usyk because of an eye injury. So I don't know if you guys are able to see it, but shout out to the MMA Fighting. Ariel Helwani jumped on, had both of these guys on with the Sheik. I don't know his name.
Okay.
I don't want to say it because I don't want to fucking butcher it. And then he comes for me.
Kind of like the other names we do on this show. Yeah.
So they made an agreement. So it's going to be taking place, I think, May 13th or May 18th, something around there.
Okay.
But if anybody else pulls out, it's a $10 million fine.
Really?
Out of their own pocket.
Oh, wow.
$10 million. I love it.
Oh, that's great.
Fucking love it.
That's great. Even with an injury.
$10 million fine.
Okay. Yeah, don't get injured.
$10 million fine.
Train smart. As simple as that.
$10 million, guys.
Wow.
So yeah, it's coming out of their own pocket. So I think that's a good little thing to put in the contract. And I do think that fight happens. So that fight's.
I like that.
The next one up, and I mean Francis hopefully knocks the fuck out of Joshua.
I know.
That's what I know.
And are they even talking about Joshua going to MMA, or is just boxing for that one?
No, I think
just
the only
boxing?
one that is entertaining the MMA world will be Wilder. But
That's true.
I think punches chain, he can knock you out, but you take that boy to the ground, you kick his front leg.
It's a wrap. He's done.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
I would even take that fight.
Yeah, even with Ngannou on top of him and that heavy pressure, he's
one leg kick, it's a wrap, bro. one kick to that fucking
the little
leg,
tiny legs like this, just
go on, take the legs out from under. So that's gonna kill it for the current news. Do you have anything to add?
No, we were good on that one.
So, just pulling out my notes here from the previous fight night that we just had with Imavov and Dolidze. So, starting off in the prelims. Man. Sorry. Okay, prelims. Started off with Jamal Pogues against Thomas Peterson. Now, I wanted to bring up that one because I did not expect heavyweights to go all three fucking rounds.
No, that was supposed to be done in like 1.5.
Yeah,
just one.
They went all 3 rounds. And I was actually in LA for work. So on the way down, I'm like, all right, this is perfect. These big boys, keep going.
Yeah,
keep going.
Just keep fighting.
Because I really
once I get home
care about the next fight.
Yes.
And I told you guys, my boy Markel Medeiros. What do you think?
Over Landon Quinones?
What do you think?
Yeah, he was good. He was a little bit smaller. I don't know if you saw that. Yeah. His punches didn't have as much stank as Quinones did, but overall, you could tell the level was just that much higher than Quinones on this one. So exactly like you said, he's going to be a guy to pay attention to and look at moving forward within this division. Hopefully he makes gets a bigger fight for the next one and does well.
Yeah, so man. We'll so again, he's one you have to watch out for. It's a prospect. It's a prospect. Build them up. UFC, build them up.
He's new.
Don't
and then too much.
After that one, we had Stolienko against Carolina.
Hey, that was your girl you chose.
And I went with freaking Stolienko, and it was doing good.
It was
doing good. I don't know if you saw the freeze frame on her ankle. Looked like Connor's.
I did not.
So there's a part. I think she gets hit. She's moving backwards, but yeah, her whole foot is like this.
Rolled under her.
This is her leg, and this is her foot.
Oh.
And then she stumbled. So I don't know if there's any major damage there, but I mean, Carolina, way to stay in it, man. Jesus Christ. She came out on top when I thought it was over.
Yeah.
I thought it was done. Fucking round. So she spoiled my day there. Spoiled my day. The next one I do want to mention, and this one's kind of skipped through me here. It's Thimba.
Yeah.
My boy Thimba.
Jeez. Didn't know this was going to happen.
Wow.
First off, this.
I mean, he does him and The Rock, the Rock helping him out, giving him a place to stay, family, and just I just think he's such a good dude, like
Yep.
a good person. How
He
could
is.
you not cheer for the guy?
Yeah.
And the way he ended into that fight,
Round
like,
one.
oh shit!
Yep.
And then the call out after, I'm like, yeah, okay,
Mm-hmm.
this guy, he has something in plan. He has
Yes.
something in vision.
Yeah.
With God behind his back,
got his steps and everything he wants to go through.
Yeah,
Hit
bro.
this, hit this, and hit this, and the
I
Lord will
think
bless him and take
that
him where he needs
guy-
to go.
that guy is. I'm excited to see him.
Yeah.
Excited to see
Yeah.
him. Excited to see his next fight.
Right.
Anything on him?
No, it's awesome that I saw pretty sure everyone kind of saw within the community when The Rock went and took him out of his place that he was
Mhm.
going to be at and gave him a house and gave him this and gave him that. And he was just beyond thankful and grateful that The Rock would even do this. And now it gives him an opportunity to be able to live out his dream and fight in the UFC and potentially move up through the rankings.
Mhm.
And based on that fight, yeah, you belong in the UFC, my guy.
100%.
You belong and you're going to do well. And hopefully some others come in and help him that much more and give him a little bit tips and this and that. And he can then move up through the rankings.
Yeah.
Right? And see him potentially fight for the belt one day.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Couldn't agree
It'd be
more.
great.
Couldn't agree more. The next one, just very briefly, Charles Johnson pulling out the win against Azad. I know I went with Charles on that one.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. Well, that was our pick from the hats.
Yeah, but I wanted to bring the reason why I brought up this fight is because did you see Jamal Hill?
I did.
It's funny because the commentators made a comment and I was like, I noticed it right off the bat.
Yeah.
He lost weight.
Jamal, big time. Yeah. Did you see a couple posts of him this week? He was sparring with Sean Strickland. That was his first sparring session.
I'm gonna
with Sean on that
say
one.
that one more time. He lost weight.
He lost weight. UFC 300. Huh?
Yeah, we're still
What?
missing that main event.
Hey.
So I mean, if we're looking at it, we could get Pereira.
Oh jeez.
Against Hill.
Oh
if he's
jeez.
able to do it.
That would be a bigger save for UFC 300 than this isn't talking shit, but just like you said, is Conor going to save UFC 300 if he was to be put in that position? We don't think so. I think Pereira and Hill could be, but I don't think too many people are going to jump on the Chandler and Conor as much.
I wouldn't.
I could be wrong.
You have to give Conor the right dancing partner.
That's true.
And I've heard one person say this, and I actually kind of liked it for 300.
Yeah.
Now, if it's I don't think it's main event worthy. I think you would have to bring in another fight. But Tony Ferguson against Conor McGregor would really, really make me happy for two reasons. One, you give Tony the fucking bag and he retires.
Yeah.
That's it.
Give him his red
Give him the fucking bag and he's done.
Yes.
Like, and it's a hard conversation that Dana White's going to have with him. But hey, listen, Tony, we respect you. We've done this. You're on a 7-fight losing streak.
Yes.
We are going to give you this fight against Conor.
Yes.
Sell it. Because we're going to give you some pay-per-view points too.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be your send-off.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get the video. We're going to do the whole thing.
Yes.
Boom.
Yeah.
Conor, you have to fucking win. You
have to win. There's no question on this one. You must
win this.
Yes.
So then now we could say, okay, we got some options.
Yep.
We could throw him to Chandler.
Mm-hmm.
International fight week, depending on how the fight goes.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we do that. Or we reach out to Nate Diaz and say, let's run it back that number 3.
Hey.
That's my thinking if you want to get Conor involved in 300.
Yes.
I
like the Nate Diaz better for the simple fact that he can win that fight. I really feel that he can win that fight. I think he's going to have a more difficult fight with Michael Chandler.
Yeah, I think Chandler's going to be his hardest fight.
Yes.
It's going to be his hardest fight.
Yeah. And we want to keep him around. And that's why I'm saying Michael Chandler, yes, but
here's the thing.
Same time it's like
we want to keep him around, but Conor doesn't need to stick around.
Yeah, that's true.
So Conor could dip out. I mean, and I love my guy. I love him, but for all honesty, he could just be doing this to promote the movie and fucking bounce out.
He could.
I mean, you already got me on the movie, dog, so I'm fucking in.
He could.
But that's one of the things that could happen.
He could.
You know? Mm-hmm. So getting back on track here. Now, we were both against her.
Yes.
And Molly McCann came out, and I would say she definitely had a middle finger up in my face.
Oh, big time.
The way she ended that fight, the way she looked in that fight, I thought she looked really, really good for this new weight division. I thought her ground game, I did not expect her to go for the arm like that. I didn't expect her to pop the arm like that.
Nope.
It shows that she's improved in an area where she's shown a weakness. And I respect that as a fucking competitor.
Right.
So, Molly, you've earned my respect.
Yeah.
Inside the octagon.
You have, yes, inside the octagon.
Hopefully you get a little bit better outside of it from my boy Cariss. But you earned my respect. Well done on the fucking win.
Yes.
Congrats. I hope it continues.
I know, right? It was difficult for me to watch this one because I was pulling against Molly McCann. So therefore, when she proved that she was at a higher level, you could already tell that she had better hands.
Yeah.
Like we already knew that straight going into this fight. Like she's got good hands. She tried that spinning elbow in order to be able to finish it. And she fortunately was able to duck under that. Otherwise, that would have been trouble.
Yeah.
And knocked her out probably on that one. But she took her game and she went back and she worked on her ground game.
Yeah,
and it's exactly what she needed to do. She also just worked on the fact that she was able to armbar this girl in order to be able to finish the fight.
Just clean
and
though.
pop it.
Real clean.
And pop it, but
Real
really
clean.
nice. Yeah, because she
Such a
set it
good
up. You can see her just
transition.
getting high and just getting to that arm and just getting over to it. And
Yeah.
ripping it off.
Yeah, as soon as you see as soon as they turned over, you see the girl's elbow.
You saw it turn. It's like, wait, stop, tap, 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 please. Yeah, it's done. But she thought she could maybe hang on for a second. No, that second was pop.
Yeah. So I wonder if Patty was helping her in camp because Patty's really good on the ground.
I was surprised we actually didn't see Patty there, to be quite honest.
Oh, Patty.
You would think. I know.
He's having a blast.
And he's also having his wife's going to be
twins,
having a baby
right?
too.
Yeah, twins.
Yeah.
So he's occupied.
Understandable.
Team no sleep. I already know that. And then moving on to the main card. Now, actually, the prelims for me was really, really good. I think it ended pretty good with Molly. And then the main card for me, I was actually happy with this fight night.
I was happy.
I was real happy. Like, it was good. Yeah. It was real good.
I think the week off helped a little bit. That it made us a little bit more anticipation on this one. And like all of a sudden, it's like, oh, we're back. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go. I don't care who's really fighting, but it was actually good fights.
Yeah, really, really good fight. Yeah. So starting off in the main card, we had Gilbert Urbina versus Charles Rodke.
Hey.
Man, I didn't know much about Rodke, but when I saw him roll up a Bilal, I said, fuck me, this guy's got something.
It's the first thing I wrote down. Bilal Muhammad is in his corner.
Yeah.
He's in his corner.
This guy's got something. And right off the bat, he's so clean in the stand-up. Oh, yeah. So fucking clean in the stand-up. That jab looked like it was sending fucking Urbina way back into the seats, bro.
It was just a short one. He didn't connect at the end. It was just right there and just bap.
So clean. And when it connected on the first drop, I thought it was over from right there. So shout out to Urbina for standing up, trying to make it something. But my God.
Right.
That fucking knockout.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah,
look, left hook.
Yeah. Disgusting.
We talked about Chuck Buffalo in our early show on this one, and we're saying, hey, this is going to be a guy to pay attention to. Now he's even more of a guy to pay attention to because he gave credit to Bilal Muhammad, that change within his camp to then go with Bilal and do that. And just like we're saying, Bilal's going to camps and he's going over to Khabib's camps and trying to get that mentality. A lot of it is mentality.
Yeah,
it's a huge part of the game. That's why they say champions level up 30% after they win the championship. It's just mental. You're a champ.
The only
same thing.
I mean, with Bilal, and this is just for Bilal, not Rodke, but for Bilal, the only way I could see if he's really improved is when he fights Leon.
Yeah, true.
That's it.
That's
but
true.
Rodke, I think he, again, somebody to keep in mind and watch. He gives me a little bit of DDP vibes.
A little bit.
Little DDP vibes. Maybe it's the physique that he has.
Probably.
But little DDP vibes. But I like him. I like him.
Yeah, when he hit him with that jab, that completely changed the tone of the fight because you saw Gilbert Urbina was just like wanting to go forward, and all of a sudden he got hit, and he's like, oh, yeah, I need to start circling as fast as I can. I need to get left. I need to get right. And then all of a sudden a little left hook up, little uppercut, just, yeah, you're in trouble.
It was bad.
Oh, and by the way, Chuck Buffalo is a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Oh, wow.
And we didn't even get to see his ground game.
Didn't need to.
So imagine once he gets to that ground, how much of a problem he's going to be on that ground just looking at him standing on his feet. Oh, you want to take this to the ground? Good luck, bro. I'm a black belt at that one too. Done.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yes.
And then the next one, really not that much to talk about. And the only notes I have here is fix the fucking gloves. Because we had Alexkab Kizrev against Mahmoud Muradov. And yeah, I mean, that's it. Just fix the fucking gloves,
eye poke, 11 seconds.
Fuck me, bro.
Fix the gloves.
His eye, like, bubbled up.
Oh, dude.
Bad.
It was a situation that he couldn't even open up his eye because his muscles were trying to like, you know what I mean? Like,
shout out to Laura Sanko for that.
Yeah, right.
With the spasms.
You can't even open it up. He's sitting there just trying.
Yeah.
Did they give him 5 minutes or wasn't? They give him 4, and they're like, this is done. You can't even open your eye.
It was a wrap. I mean, from the moment when he went down on his knee, and it was the first time you get to see his eye, and I could just see it was already turning like bruising.
It was.
And then it just swelled. I was like, yeah, this fight's done. Done. So that was a little bit of a bummer. I don't know if they're going to run that back, what the case is, but we missed that fight. After that one, we had Viviane Araujo against Natalia Silva. And my, Natalia, you got a new fan.
You've been a fan. You were a fan last time.
I started following you on Instagram as soon as this, because like I was watching it and I was like, bro, who is this? Chick's going crazy, like off the bat. But it stayed. I didn't see her drop at all.
No.
The same
the same
screaming
pace
at the
the
top
entire
of her
time.
lungs. Fucking and DC, shout out to DC.
I turned it down because she was screaming.
She's so nervous. Yeah, she was literally swinging and just pulling up. But dude,
that's what it was.
She's good, bro.
Very good.
I just want to see her stand up and fight.
I know.
Like,
I know.
So quick, so agile, constant movement, throwing shots from different angles.
Yep.
Fuck me, bro.
Yep.
Hey, ooh, look how excited I am, bro. That's one. Natalia Silva, bro. Yeah. Watch her.
Vivi was so annoyed with her style and going back and forth that the only thing that she could do was try to grab a hold of her and hold her against the fence because it's like, I need to relax here. Like, stop moving. Stop kicking me. Stop doing this. Like, leave me alone. Let me hold you against the fence. And she just held her against the fence the entire time. When she finally got a hold of her. And then she got loose. Threw those hands. Threw everything she needed to do.
Just amazing. Like, her kicks, to me, were just flawless.
Stick and move.
Like, it was just such a good performance by Silva. So, hopefully next, she gets somebody big.
Yes. Yeah. And Vivi challenged for the belt. So, therefore, this Natalia has opportunities moving forward. We could potentially see her within that top 5 and fighting for the belt. That'd be great.
I wouldn't mind. Like, I feel like her and a Macy Barber would be such a good fight, bro. Her and Macy, just like the quickness, the battles, the scrappiness. Oh my!
Macy would have to take her to the ground. As much as good as Macy has hands, I think it'd be kind of stymied a little bit that she'd have to take her to the ground and see what happens. And Macy's better on the ground.
That fight actually really, I think she maybe needs one more before she fights Macy. But
oh, because Macy's got one fight and then she's got a title fight. That's what it should be. That's what it should be. Yeah.
Just saying, Natalia. She's cute. She's
yeah, that helps. Kind of like Hibas.
And then next we had Rude Boy Randy Brown, top shot and a miss against Muslim Salikhov.
Rude Boy.
As quick as it started is as quick as it ended because your boy was seeing stars once Rude Boy dropped that 1-2. My God.
Oh my. And Muslim had tried to kick those legs. He kicked them hard.
Yeah, he was kicking them. But
geez,
that whole setup, that I think was a 3-punch combo. Just pop, pop.
And then his corner was like, "Hey, do you see it? He's like, "Yeah, I got it. I see it.
Yeah,
I see it." And all of a sudden, he did that little step off to the side.
Well orchestrated.
Rude Boy.
The only thing I wrote down was what a fucking KO.
That was quality. That was quality.
That's how good. Again, I know a lot of people were giving it shit. Like the card itself, but dude, it was actually a good card. It was good.
It was a good card.
It was good, minus the eye poke, but I feel like the eye poke kind of helped because then we got a full fight with Silva, and it was actually a good fight, right? Of just dominance from her with a little bit of pushback from Araujo.
The good thing is that the eye poke was only 11 seconds. It's not like it went 3 rounds and all of a sudden let's have an eye poke and then all of a sudden the fight's done. It's like let's get this out of the way and let's move on to the next one. So that was kind of helpful. Even though it sucks if you get your eye poked.
And then you have this fucking knockout.
Yeah.
Leading into the co-main event, which was Renato Moicano against Dober. And before I get in on Renato, because I believe we both went Dober.
We did.
Yeah.
We did. We had that little talk, and then I said, kind of.
You know what's great? I wish I would have changed midweek after, because I heard him on, I heard Renato on Ariel Helwani.
Okay.
And I'm a fan now.
All right.
The guy, he knows what to do.
Oh, he does.
He's figured it out. And what I mean by he's figured it out is he's going to talk. He's going to sell the fight, get you to tune in. And no matter what he says, he's just going to do his game plan. So for the people that were upset that he went to the ground, guys.
That was the smartest thing he
could do. The guy is making you fucking tune in. And then after that, his mic, what is it? I guess mic control. I don't know what the fuck I'm calling it. But after the fight, bro, he killed it.
Interview.
Killed it again. Yeah. Like he's found his niche, and he's gonna stay with it. Because think about everybody that probably wanted to boo him.
Oh yeah.
But then when he starts talking, it just went away. You're like, oh fuck this. Oh shit.
You see DC's face too? Yeah,
bro.
DC was just like, here you go, bro. Like here's the mic.
Moicano is a guy that I'm very, very heavily invested in. I love his call out. I don't know if you were able to see it on Instagram, but he called out Paddy Pimblett.
Yes, he did.
I love it.
I like it.
I fucking love it. I know if it goes to the ground, we're going to get some really good transitions.
He's going to the ground.
Some really good shit, because Paddy's going on the ground too. Drew, fuck.
Yeah, you just, this one hurt him.
What do you do with that?
This hurt him right here. I don't know. Is he the gatekeeper now?
I feel like he's so much to give, though, bro.
I know, but
so much to give.
But with this fight, it kind of shows you're very, very good on your feet. Very good on your feet, right?
Yeah.
Let's use the Bobby King Green as an example, right? You're a great fighter on your feet. But when you run into guys like Moicano, who on the ground, their game is just
Flawless.
levels above it. And you
Flawless.
can just see it. He just held him there and was just like, let me go back and forth. I'm not worried about anything that you're going to do. I'm not worried about whatever hook you're going to do. I'm not worried about being on mounted, side control, half guard, everything. He was fine the entire fight.
Yeah, and
in control the entire time.
The crazy thing too is like Moicano was getting in out of like he was getting into mount, but he stayed in that not side control, half guard. He stayed in half guard the majority of the fucking fight, and you could tell that's where he wanted to be. That's where he was comfortable. I mean, until Drew Dober made it a bloodbath in that second round, and then he opened him up a bit, and then now they're both going at it, but. Moicano is, I definitely would say he's somebody to look out for.
Yes,
and I'm on the Moicano train. Money Moicano.
Money Moicano.
I'm here for it.
Money Moicano.
How did you score that by chance or no?
It was 3-0.
Oh wow!
I pretty much had a 3-0.
Okay.
I don't know if Dober.
I gave Dober the second. I gave him the second.
Give him the second.
I gave him the second, just because I just felt like he had a little bit of a comeback. Because the first round was all Moicano. All Moicano.
It was.
And I felt like second round he came back a little bit, hands, and then Moicano just took it away in the third. Yeah. Took it away in the third. And then your main event of the evening, we had Nasardine Imavov against Roman Dolidze, and man, oh man, did that have fireworks not only inside the octagon, but on the outside. Fucking Chris Curtis,
Action
bro.
man, Chris Curtis.
Man.
What are you doing?
I love it.
He's trying to start something.
I kind of wish we were at that one.
That would have been a good one.
I'd have been instigating like a motherfucker.
That was the blue corner, too. We would have been right behind him.
What he say about your mama? I'd have said it in French. Il a dit quoi like that, man? Quoi? Il a dit quoi? Man.
Sitting there yelling at him, pushing on the fence and everything.
I didn't expect that,
Not
bro.
at all. And it continued a little bit afterwards, too. A little bit.
I love it. And then he calls out Sean Strickland after, which is pretty badass because he could have called out Curtis, and he was like, nah, fuck that.
I'm
going for your boy.
Yep.
I want your boy. Yep. So I would actually not mind that again. I wouldn't mind. Nasadine's pretty good, but his gas tank's a little worrisome.
Yeah.
His gas tank's a little worrisome.
Yes, yeah. Dolidze just, unfortunately, didn't have those straight, crisp punches. He was, like, looping a little bit in a sense that he...
Sorry, guys. Sorry. In the background, I got the Man City against Brentford game.
And Brentford just scored.
Brentford just scored.
I'm an
Arsenal fan. We just beat Liverpool.
Oh,
this is good.
Huge.
Come on, you Gunners!
All right. What was I saying? You fucked up my arm.
Sorry, bro.
We're leaving this in, by the way. We're leaving that shit in.
So we were talking about how Nasadine's gas tank.
He did. And then the fact that Dolidze was throwing those looping punches and just couldn't get into it because Imavov was just straight down the middle, and then he was able to miss, right? He was able to get out of the way when Dolidze was going to be able to come in.
Right.
I was a little bummed because I started pulling for Dolidze in the fact that he's extreme couture. And I'm just looking at it being like, this is one of our guys kind of that I kind of want to see going through, but there's no way Imavov was going to lose that fight. Dolidze was just a little bit behind on everything that he was doing. Yeah. And Imavov was just one step ahead for everything that he was going to be doing.
Yeah, well, you know me, I had to go with my French.
What'd you think of the kick to the face? To the face.
I think it's coming to a time where they just got to clean that up. Because
they had talks this week about hand to the ground.
My issue is when you're deliberately looking for it, as
you mean putting your hand to the ground, or deliberately looking to kick to the face?
No, he's looking to put his hand down, right? Because he's touch, looks up at the ref.
Yep. Touches.
Fuck that. You should be able to get kicked in your face.
Yes.
If you're like, if he didn't, let's say he didn't look at the ref and he's like, you could see him actively. Okay, yeah, like I'll let that slide. But if I'm looking at the ref,
and he's put his hand down,
it's almost like, I'm going to use in soccer terms, right? It's almost like in soccer. If I'm in a 50-50 duel and you're pulling my jersey and I know, like, you know, I could probably get out of it, but I'm looking at the ref
being like,
and then
call a foul.
I'm going to dive.
Right. I'm going to flop.
It's a foul.
It's a foul.
Cariss gets. Yeah. It's a foul, but you could still go through you could still fight through it.
You can.
Right? Now, I think Nasardine, I agree with what Herb did. I think it is a point. There is a deduction there. I think so. I don't think there was a hard warning just because that could have had really big implications on the fight.
Oh, yeah. He could have cracked his nose and just broken it completely. And like, or broken an orbital or something. The fight's over. Yeah. Right?
That was a hard
illegal strike. Simple as that.
They have to clean up the rule, though. So it has to get cleaned up.
So they talked about it just this past week before that because of the Evlov fight that we talked about putting the hands down
in Canada.
Correct, right? So they literally talked about this week, and the head of the commission or something, the one that's going to be able to make the rule, he's like, we're changing this rule because what it's doing is it's causing a situation within the sport that makes it a dangerous situation because the referees all have different ways of looking at it, and therefore it puts the referees in a situation that they don't know to call it, whether it's going to be fair, whether it's going to be illegal. So now what's going to happen is they're going to go away from putting your hand down, that you have to put a complete knee down to the ground or a body part. You can't just put your hand down to the ground.
Yeah, it's got to be two limbs, I believe.
Right. It's got to be you almost literally have to sit your ass on the ground or sit your knee down on the ground. Using the Sterling example, in that situation, you can't knee them. But in a situation like the Evlov or this weekend, for sure, you can just kick them in it because all they're doing is trying to put their hand down in order to be able to get past that rule.
Yeah.
So they're going to clean it up, they're going to change it, and they're going to get rid of it. And now you have to have a complete body down on the ground, which would have been great in this situation.
My only caveat with that is that guy that said that he's going to make this rule change is the same guy that made slap fighting legal.
Ah, jeez. He's also not going to be the one in the cage to be able to make those decisions.
I think
so.
Guys, he made slap fighting legal. What defense you got in slap fighting? Anyways. So Nasardine, back to my boy Nasardine. I still see a lot of holes in this game though. One being the gas tank. Two, he likes to stand still a lot.
He does,
but
he's not moving back and forth. He likes
against
to
Dolidze. I think it worked because Dolidze. I mean, surviving that first round first and foremost. My gosh, fucking animal. He made that like a Warriors battle.
He did. And
one comment I made to one of my friends was, I feel like Dolidze in his lineage.
Yeah.
Definitely gladiator. Like somebody
somewhere down that line, the Spartan or something within that one.
Somebody, because that man was getting beat down
and taking it. He was like wearing it. Yeah.
But Nasardine, like I feel like in those moments where he's standing and he's still able to get things off, but against the higher echelon in that weight class,
right? And straighter punches versus looping punches and everything too,
and take him to the ground. I feel like the ground game he could have really exposed them. And I know his corner, Dolidze, was saying that from the take him down, get him down. Fortunately, we didn't get to see it. Maybe that's how strong Nasardine is, but good win for the Frenchman. Right. Good win.
Did you see who the cut man was in his corner?
Yeah, I did see.
Rob Monroe. What's up, brother? Yeah, that was dope. I love seeing him every time in those corners. Like, dude, you get to do that all the time. Like, you get to be in these guys' corners in the main event. Like, that's so sick.
Yeah, and then so I don't know if you guys had a chance to watch it, but right after the UFC event, they actually had like a road to the
road to the UFC. Yeah,
I watched a little bit of it.
I didn't watch it.
I watched one guy. It was actually the first fight, and fuck me, guys.
Yeah,
that guy.
Is that the one that got posted?
I'm gonna get his name.
There was one that got posted where it was that little twister type style that he was on the ground trying to get him out. Was it that fight? Okay.
Oh, I started following him on Instagram. It's like Ryu something. Okay. The guy, like, they do the walkouts to do the thing. They're doing the announcement, and the guy's on the cage, bro, like this.
Like it's nothing.
Like not even.
Like it's every day. Just
comes out.
Here I am.
Comes out, and they scramble. Takes the guy's back. It's just jiu-jitsu, like. Incredible. So shout out to that guy. Once I get his name down, I think it's Rye or something like that. Anyways, shout out to him. Big win. So welcome to the UFC. Can't wait to see you fight again. So that's going to conclude our recap. And now we got to get ready for the next one, right? Which is Joe Pyfer against Jack Hermansson.
Yes, Bodybagz.
This is another fight night because after this one, we get the big one. But guess what? We're going to wait. We're not going to jump ahead. So, looking at the prelims of the fight night. Is this at the Apex as well?
It is. Wow. It is.
Okay.
It is.
So, one fight that I think you guys should look at in the prelims is going to be the first fight. Actually, it's going to be Daniel Marcos against, can't say this guy's name, Adriano. Don't ask me to repeat that.
I just asked you.
I think you should definitely tune into that one. Is there any fight for you on the prelims or no?
No, but we're gonna name all of them because we have the hat.
All right. So after that one, you have Milsik Bagradaksan against Haider Emil.
Okay.
We have Bogdan Gusev against Zach Poga.
Okay.
We have Max Griffin against Jeremiah Wells.
That's probably the one that people need to pay attention to is the Max Griffin and Jeremiah Wells.
Ooh, okay. That's Cariss' pick?
Right. Well, there's going to be one more, but that's one in the prelims. Like, hey, pay attention to this one.
Okay. Then we have Devin Clark against Marcin Prankno. We have, after that, in the women's strawweight, Loma Lukbumi versus Bruna Brazil.
Is that the Lukbumi? This is maybe one that you need to pay attention to for the women's. She fought last time and did really well, so this would probably be another one to pay attention to.
Okay. After that, we have in the co-main event for the prelims, Damir Hadzovic versus Bolaji Oki.
Okay.
And then in the main event for the prelims, this is probably the one that I would highlight the most, is going to be Trevin Giles against Carlos Prats.
There it is.
Yeah. I don't know who wins that one, but I think it's going to be a good scrap.
Good one.
A good scrap. Good scrap. So, as you guys know, we like to pull out the hat, see who we get, who we got to support. Let's see who we got.
Names in the hat. Who you got, brother? Who do you got? Random.
Wow.
We can get this.
I got... Ooh. In the women's strawweight division, Cameron has picked Loma Lukbumi.
Yes, that's the one I was saying. Pay attention to her. And I got Zach Paga.
Oh, okay. Zach Paga. He'll be facing Bogdan Guskov.
Hey.
So that should be a pretty juicy one for you. So hopefully both those fighters get it done, and we both could say, hey, we pick the winner.
Winner.
Now, starting in the main card, we have, kicking us off in the middleweight division, I believe. This is, middleweight?
Yep.
Cool. We have Rodolfo Vieira against Armen Petrosyan.
Hey, in the middleweight division of 185 pounds from Brazil. Rodolfo Vieira is 34 years old, stands at 6 foot tall, and his fighting style is BJJ. He is this is a pick'em fight. He is -112. On this one, his record is 9 wins and 2 losses. He's got 1 KO, 8 submissions, and 5 first-round finishes. He's got 6 UFC fights, 4 wins and 2 losses. He's currently coming off of a winner submission arm triangle round number 2 to Cody Brundage back in July of 2023. Some fun facts about Rodolfo is he is a 5-time BJJ world champion. He is a 2-time Pan American champion. He is a 2-time European champion. He is a 7-time Abu Dhabi Jiu-Jitsu champion. He is an ADCC championship, and he does have a BJJ black belt.
Don't fuck with that.
No, from Armenia, Armen Petrosyan. His nickname is Superman. He's 33 years old, stands at 6'3", and his fighting style is Muay Thai. He is -108 on this fight, so it's a pick'em. His record is 9 wins and 2 losses. He's got 6 KOs and 3 first-round finishes. He's got 4 UFC fights, 3 wins and 1 loss. He's currently coming off of a decision win over Chris Leroy Duncan, CLD, back in June of 2023. Some fun facts about Armen is he was on Dana White's Contender Series Season 5 winner, KO round number 1 back in 2021. He has an IFMA Muay Thai world champion. He's the K1 fighter. He's also a national and world Muay Thai champion. Now, the tough part about this fight is Rodolfo is a jiu-jitsu guy, and Armen Petrosyan is a Muay Thai guy. Now, if Armen can keep this fight on the feet, he potentially could win this fight. If this fight's going to the ground, Rodolfo Vieira is most likely to take this over. Now, the thing is that Rodolfo can stand on his feet, but the problem is he had to fight a couple fights back to where he was trying to get this to the ground and he couldn't get to the ground, and it took him like 3 rounds to finally get it to the ground and finally get a submission. So potentially Armen should be able to use his Muay Thai and win this fight, or Rodolfo's going to take it to the ground and submit his ass. I'm not really sure who I'm going with as of yet. I don't really have to pick.
Yeah, it's a pick 'em.
But it's kind of one of those. You want to go Muay Thai? You want to go Jiu-Jitsu? Which one is it?
I'm going Jiu-Jitsu.
I'll go Jiu-Jitsu also. Okay.
Rodolfo.
I'll go with that too. But don't be surprised if Armen Petrosyan is able to keep this on the feet and use his Muay Thai and take Rodolfo out.
Yeah, man.
Don't be surprised.
Good. Next in the lightweight.
Yeah.
Next in the lightweights, we have Michael Johnson.
Hey.
Oh my God, I can't believe you're still fighting.
Yes.
Against Darrius Flowers.
Darrius Flowers in the lightweight division of 155 pounds from USA. Michael the Menace Johnson is 37 years old, stands at 5'10", and his fighting style is boxing. He is the favorite in this fight at -118.
Oh, wow.
He's got 22 wins, 19 losses, 9 KOs, 2 submissions, and 8 first-round finishes. He's got 28 UFC fights. Yeah, he's been around for a little while, right? Just lost where I was at. Sorry. He's got 13 wins and 15 losses. He's currently coming off of a loss, KO round number 2 to Diego Ferreira back in May of 2023. Some fun facts about Michael Johnson. He was on Tough 12, where he was on Team GSP. Must have been nice for him. He lost in the finales back in 2010. His hero in his life is his mom, and he's got a couple honorable mention fights. I don't want to just mention some of these fights because some of these guys that he's fought, you need to know some of these guys, right? So one of his fights were met. Tony Ferguson was his second fight in the UFC back in 2012. Winner back in 2012. He beat Tony Ferguson back in 2012. Joe Lozon back in 2013. He beat Joe Lozon. Winner, Melvin Goulart. That's an old name back in the day. I'm pretty sure you paid attention to. Winner, Edson Barbosa. Winner, Nate Diaz. Loss, Dustin Poirier. Do you know if he won or if he lost?
I hope he won.
He won.
Yeah,
he beat him. Yeah. Back in 2016, winner KO round number 1. He actually knocked out Dustin back in 2016.
Oh, man.
Your favorite person in the world, Habib Nurmagomedov. He lost to Habib.
We know that.
Then he fought Justin Gaethje, which he lost to Justin Gaethje.
Did Khabib dry hump him?
Probably. Most likely. He fought Josh Emmett, loser Josh Emmett, and then Clay Guida. So he's fought all of these guys. You got to mention all those just because he's been through the list of people. He's been around 28 UFC fights.
Jesus.
From USA, Darrius Beast Mode Flowers. He's 20 years old, stands at 5'9", and his fighting style is freestyle. He's actually negative 102 in this fight. So this is another little pick'em on this one. He's got 12 wins, 6 losses, and 1 draw, 9 KOs, and 7 first-round finishes. He's got 1 UFC fight. He's got 1 UFC loss, round number 2 back in July of 2023. He's coming off of Dana White Contender Series Season 6. TKO winner, round number 1 back in 8 of 2022 over Jake Matthews.
Well, I mean, from the beginning, you guys heard the
Dennis the Menace?
The history of Michael Johnson. And look, I love the guy. I think he's good, but I just feel like Darius Flowers is going to bring, he's a new problem for him that he can't solve.
Yes.
So I'm actually going Darius Flowers in this fight. I kind of wish I was in Vegas because I would actually put some money on this.
Okay. Really?
Yeah, like that's how confident I feel in Darius.
Okay. I'm just going to back you on that one because I know that, I shouldn't say I know. Michael Johnson's kind of heading towards the door, and Darius Flowers is coming through that door and being like, I'm coming in the UFC, you're going out to the UFC, so I'm going Darius Flowers.
Okay, perfect. I love when we agree. Love when we agree, but I also love when we disagree. In the middleweight division, we got Brad Tavares against my dark horse from last year, RoboCop Gregory Rodriguez.
In the middleweight division of 185 pounds from USA, Brad Tavares is 35 years old, stands at 6'1", and his fighting style is MMA, and he fights out of Extreme Couture. Yes, he does. He is the underdog of this fight at plus 190. His record is 20 wins and 9 losses. He's got 5 KOs, 2 submissions, and 5 first-round finishes. He's got 23 UFC fights, 15 wins and 8 losses. He's currently coming off of a winner decision, 3 rounds, to Chris Weidman back in August of 2023. Got a couple honorable mention fights that Tavares has fought here. Let's go way back. Phil Baroni back in the day. Back in 2011, he was a winner against Phil Baroni. Yoel Romero lost. Nate Marquardt, winner.
Nate Marquardt, Jesus.
Yeah, I know. That's why you got to throw these names out there. You're like, holy shit, you fought these guys? Wow. The Reaper lost on that one. And Izzy, loss. DDP, loss. So Brad Tavares has fought all of these guys. He's fought some people. Yeah, you don't really know unless you say their names and you're like, oh, okay. From Brazil, Gregory RoboCop Rodriguez.
Bro, he's 31.
He's 31 years old.
Doesn't even look like
Stands at 6'3", and his fighting style is a grappler. He looks like an old man. I know. He's been around a little bit. He is the favorite in this fight at negative 230. His record is 14 wins and 5 losses. He's got 9 KOs, 3 submissions, and 7 first-round finishes. He's got 7 UFC fights, 5 wins and 2 losses. He's currently coming off of a winner, KO round number 1 to Denis Tuliluli. We love saying that name back in August of 2023. Fun facts about the RoboCop is his nickname. The reason why he's got the RoboCop nickname is because he fights like a robot. He fights like a robot back in the day. He started jiu-jitsu at 8 years old. He's had about 200 jiu-jitsu and wrestling competitions around the world and earned about 200 medals within that. He's hero in life of his dad, and he's got a jiu-jitsu black belt. Let's just be smart.
Yeah, I mean,
let's be smart.
We're going Gregory.
Yes, we're going Gregory RoboCop Rodriguez.
Sorry, Brad, but
now the thing is that if Brad Tavares fights like he did against Chris Weidman, his last fight, if he fights like that and he's able to kick his leg as many times as he did against Chris Weidman, he's able to stuff the takedowns potentially from RoboCop. He could win this fight. He could.
Don't forget, RoboCop has hands too.
Oh, I know.
He's got hands.
But I'm just throwing a disclaimer out there because Tavares had a really good fight in his last one. He's coming off of a really high. He's doing really well, and he potentially could win this. But RoboCop.
Yeah, I mean, I love Weidman, but Weidman to RoboCop is too different. Especially Weidman coming back from that injury. So I think it could be an early one.
Ooh. Well, we're going RoboCop.
That boy RoboCop. I'm just throwing
a disclaimer.
And I need him to win because you know what fucked me up is last year when he lost that first fight. Yeah, it fucked me up. Like I lost my trust in him. Mm-hmm. But when that bounce back against Tulilululu, it's good. So I'm hoping he can figure this one out too. Yeah. So next after that we have in the middleweight division Robert Bryczk against Albert Duraev. Mm-hmm. Oh, man, I forgot about Albert, bro.
Yeah, Albert's the one in this fight that obviously we're going to pay attention to because Robert Bryczk, this is his UFC debut. And on the UFC website, he has 0 stats on that. He has no stats of how many fights he's had.
Well, he's nothing. He's 33 years old.
That's about it. He's 33 years old, no stats, debut, no country under his name, even on that one. That's the other one. But from Russia, Albert Duraev is 34 years old, stands at 5'11" in his fighting style is MMA. He's got 16 wins and 5 losses, 3 KOs, 9 submissions, and 7 first-round finishes. He's got 4 UFC fights, 2 wins, 2 losses. He's currently coming off of a loss, submission, rear naked choke, round number 2 to the Iron Turtle back in July of 2023. Yep. Fun facts, he's coming off a Dana White Contender Series Season 5 winner back in September of 2021. And he's got a degree in law.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we're pulling for Albert Duraev on this fight because we don't even know who the other dude is. So we're going with Albert Duraev.
Yeah.
Unless you want to go with random debut. Go ahead.
This would be a good time to see who the guy is, right? Because we kind of know who Duraev is. So let's see who this guy is, and hopefully he gives us a good show that we want to keep.
That's what we want. Yes, that's what we want. We really just want a good fight. It doesn't matter who it is, as long as there's a good fight going on. We're paying attention.
Right. Mm-hmm. And next, in the co-main event of the evening, we have Dan Ige against Andre Fili.
How nervous are you saying that right now, bro? I can already tell.
Look, I'm going to tell you guys straight up. Before even Cariss gives you guys all the stats, you guys know I love me some touchy-feely.
Oh,
I'm going touchy-feely.
Yes.
But when I tell you, like earlier, you see how confident I was in Flowers? I wouldn't put any money on this one. This one I'm going to say, I'm nervous for my boy Fili because I know what Dan Ige brings.
Yeah.
I want Fili to get it done, but it's going to be fucking hard.
This is going to be a fight.
Hard.
This is going to be a really good fight to pay attention to.
So this one, I'm nervous.
There's a little anticipation on this
I want Fili, but I'm nervous.
But Fili he's going to put him in trouble. In the featherweight division of 145 pounds from USA, the number 13th ranked featherweight in the world, Dan Fili Ige. He's 32 years old, stands at 5'8", and his fighting style is jiu-jitsu. He is the favorite. Not really, because they're both negative on this one. He's negative 105. His record is 17 wins, 7 losses, 5 KOs, 5 submissions, and 6 first-round finishes. Fili has 15 UFC fights, 9 wins, 6 losses. He's coming off of a decision loss to Bryce Thug Nasty Mitchell, which we were at.
We were definitely
back
there.
In September of 2023.
Got to see him in action at the Apex.
Honorable mentions is Fili has fought Edson Barboza, winner. He's fought Calvin Cater, loss. He's fought Josh Emmett, loss. He's fought Evlov, loss. He's fought Nate the Train Landwehr, winner. Fun facts about Fili. He's coming off a Dana White Contender Series Season 1 winner, submission round number 3 back in 2017. He's also a 2-time Hawaii State MMA champion, and he's a jiu-jitsu brown belt and a judo brown belt. From USA, Andre Touchy Fili is 33 years old, stands at 6 foot tall, and his fighting style is MMA. He is negative 115 on this fight, so he's a little bit of the favorite, even though it's only by 10%.
Small margin.
He's got 23 wins, 10 losses, 10 KOs, 3 submissions, and 8 first-round finishes. He's got 21 UFC fights. He's a veteran, guys. 11 wins, 9 losses, and 1 no contest. He's currently coming off of a winner TKO strikes round number 2 to Lucas Almeida back in December of 2023. Honorable mentions for Fili: Yair Rodriguez, loss. Calvin Kattar, loss.
Oh boy.
Charles Jourdain, winner.
That was actually a really good fight. I enjoyed that one.
Thug Nasty, which was a loss, and Nathaniel Wood, which was a loss. Oh, another honorable mention was his second fight in UFC. Was against Max Blessed Holloway. Submission loss, round number 3. Well done, Max. That a boy. Yeah.
Where are you putting your money?
I'm going to make this one a little spicy, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make this a little bit fun on this one. I'm going to go 50K.
Nice.
Just to make it a little fun.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I'm pulling for Andre. I'm not going to lie. I'm just pulling for both of these guys on this one because we like both of them.
Yeah.
Got a little bit more like for Fili a little bit.
Yeah.
But 50K can take this.
Yeah, I agree.
We can.
I agree. I mean, it's a good one to go either way. This is one where if we were in Vegas, we'd probably go bet you 20, me 20 on that.
Yes.
And it'll be a good one.
Yeah.
I'd probably win it. Next.
I don't think I'd be mad either.
Of the evening.
The whole purpose of being here.
We have Jack Hermansson against Joe Pyfer.
Oh, my.
I don't even got to tell you who I'm going for because you already know.
Mm-hmm.
Representing Philly, my boy, your guy, your eventual winner, Joe Pyfer.
Bodybagz Pyfer. In the middleweight division of 185 pounds from Sweden, the number 10th ranked middleweight in the world, Jack, the Joker, Hermansson. He's 35 years old, stands at 6'1", and his fighting style is MMA. He is the underdog of this fight at plus 180. His record is 23 wins and 8 losses. He's got 11 KOs, 6 submissions, and 10 first-round finishes. He does have 16 UFC fights, 10 wins, 6 losses. He's currently coming off of a loss, TKO, round number 2 to Roman Dolidze back in December of 2022. So he's been off for an entire year, bro. He's had time to rest. Some fun facts about our dude is... Oh, sorry. Let me do some honorable mentions.
Okay.
My apologies.
Okay.
His fights in the UFC, he fought Jared, your favorite guy. Can you say his name? His last name?
Cannonier.
There it is. Jared Cannonier, which was a loss. Kelvin Gastelum, winner. Marvin Vittori, loss. Sean Strickland, loss. And Action Man Curtis, winner on that one. His previous jobs, this is a fun one, was the Joker worked at a pet shop.
Oh, wow.
With endangered species.
Oh, that's even cooler.
Yeah, that's even cooler.
That's even cooler.
Right? Another one was he was a substitute teacher, his previous job. Okay. And this is kind of the normal, he was a bartender. They kind of all go that direction a little bit.
Probably did a little security too.
Probably, most likely. And that guy that we're all looking for, the whole purpose of watching this is from USA, Joe Bodybagz Pyfer is 27 years old, stands at 6'2", and his fighting style is boxing. Mm-hmm. He's the favorite in this fight at -218. His record is 12 wins and 2 losses. He's got 8 KOs, 3 submissions, and 6 first-round finishes. He's got 3 UFC fights. He's got 3 UFC wins. He's coming off of a winner chicken dinner submission arm triangle round number 2 to Abdul Al-Hassan back in October of 2023. Some fun facts about Bodybagz. He's coming off of Dana White Contender Series Season 4, which unfortunately he lost because he broke his arm. Then he came back, Dana White Contender Series Season 6, winner TKO round number 2. Not so fun fact was back in the day, his dad started making him fight at age 4.5. He did not have a choice to be able to fight his dad back. If anybody wants to know more of the story, go into Joe Rogan's Experience, listen to that podcast. Very entertaining. Another fun fact was his previous job was he worked at Verizon Wireless.
Okay.
And he worked at Piazza Honda. So like Mike Piazza, the baseball player, he worked at Mike Piazza Honda. So for the MMA game, you all know. We're going with Bodybagz.
Clean sweep.
Pyfer on this one.
Clean sweep.
He's either going to knock him out or submit him in round number 1.
Yeah, I mean, when Dana White comes out and says, be like Joe.
Be like Joe.
You already know where the cards are lining up. Mm-hmm. So I think, I think he gets done in nasty fashion.
Yeah.
Nasty. Whether it's the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, it's happening. Mm-hmm. It's somebody, he's getting jacked and dropped.
Yeah.
Dropped.
I wish this was one of those ones that I asked Joe to. I want to be at this one. The Joe Pyfer one, I would like to see Joe Pyfer live. Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, if you're there, I'm definitely in the Eagles jersey.
Oh, yeah. We're there.
Representing Philly, baby.
We're there.
Finest.
We're there.
All right. Anything else to add?
No. I think we covered everything pretty well today.
All right.
I think so.
All right. Well, you guys already know. Please like, subscribe. You guys got the video now. Make sure you guys are tuning in. If you keep using the the streaming platforms, continue doing that. Continue subscribing. Continue liking. Again, guys, we want comments. Hit us up on the Instagram, especially when February 17th rolls around, because you guys know we will be in attendance for Volk versus Topuria.
Woo, Anaheim.
Yeah.
UFC 298.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
So, with that being said, the MMA game is out.
See you in Vegas.
Boom.